young person who loved to hunt and fish in the outdoors, what are the things that I dreamt of hunting? Of course, lion, leopard, Cape buffalo, and stuff like that, but also a Kodiak bear, a giant brown bear. And my oldest brother had hunted and been successful taking a big Kodiak, and he told me about the place that he went. And I said, man, that sounds super. I think I might want to try that too. So a few years later, I had the opportunity. I landed in Kodiak, which is the capital city there of Kodiak Island. Anyway, there was a 67-year-old man with me, Hugh, who was a wonderful guy. I love him. We landed in a float plane, but before we landed in that float plane, we dropped 17 miles up in the mountain. We dropped some stuff out that was food, in these deals that was supposed to, they're marked with ribbon, stuff like that. We didn't realize the tundra was so soft up there that it just buried them. I mean, they just popped right down there. We never found any of it. I mean, it's crazy. So we get up there and we wind up having to eat, fish and deer and stuff like that for food. When we made a camp, we were camping. I realized we're in the middle of a bear trail. And I asked the guy that was kind of running the outfit, there's only three of us, him and me and Hugh and I. I said, hey, Joe, I said, are we gonna camp right here in this bear trail? And he goes, this is a pretty good place. And I said, okay, no problem. Hugh hits me in the middle of the night like this, and I wake up. Of course, I was a pretty sound sleeper. I was kind of too jittery. I wake up and he goes, and I look out that window and there's a bear looking in the window. Of course, it's moonlight and everything. You could see him. He's just sitting there looking at us and he's not this far from it. He's going, oh, oh, oh. And I'm going, I said, like, he knows we're in there. He can smell us. I mean, we're probably he never smelled anything like that, I'm sure. And I'm thinking, you couldn't have planned this any worse than this. Now we're both going to get this bear going to jump on us, eat us. We get up here the first day and it's over. But anyway, the bear just turns around, walks off. I guess he smelled the dog that Joe had in his tent, and he decided, well, I don't want to mess with these guys or something. The next thing that happened is we went up on top of a hill, and we were glassing bears, glassing for bears and stuff like that, and we saw several bears. And we're glassing with binoculars and stuff. We're trying to find the bears, and we start seeing some in the brush and start seeing some coming down to the river. So sure enough, I saw this really nice bear, and I thought, that's a big one. Everybody wants a 10-foot brown bear, Kodiak or grizzly or whatever. Well, probably about 8 o'clock at night, I saw another one come down the hill. And when it's coming down the hill, I could tell it's big. I mean, it's a lot. It looks bigger than anything that's down there right now fishing. I come back, told Hugh, I said, it's 9 5/8. I said, that's a 10-foot bear. And I said, I'm gonna kill him tomorrow. So Hugh, I took this blanket with us, and that blanket just happened to be bright blue, so I could see it up on the side of the hill. And I said, Hugh, we'll sit up here till I spot him. I said, once I spot him, I said, you open this blanket up so I can see where you're at, because when I get down there into the tundra, the grass is high and you can't see anything. If I can't see that bear, I don't know which way to go. So I said, I'll look back at you, and I said, and you point this way or that way, and I said, and I'll figure out where he is. I get down there, and so I look up at Hugh, and Hugh tells me this way, this way, this way, so I keep going kind of to the north at that area. I kept going to the north, and then he goes, Hugh does like this, that means, the bear's coming across to me. So anyway, I get set up to where I can see a big area, and sure enough, the bear comes across into that area. And when I look at him, I'm going, I know that's him, because he's giant, He wasn't but about 140 yards away, but he's still a big bear is big at that distance too. So anyway, sure enough, I take him, shoot him in the right spot. He goes down, everything's good. I wait for a little while and to make sure that he doesn't move, and he doesn't move for 20 minutes. Sure enough, Hugh comes showing up, and he's got this big blue blanket all around him, and he's walking down there, and he says, you got him. So we went over there, and sure enough, it was a great big bear, and we were both happy about it and stuff. But that's when the work began. I didn't realize how big. I didn't realize how heavy the hide is. I'd pack my hide for about 4 miles, and then I'd turn around and go back and get Hugh's pack and pack it. Left all of our clothes. Hugh wanted to bring some of his clothes out. I said, Hugh, bring the clothes on your back. And I said, because I can't carry any more than our bears and our guns. And so all we did was carry our guns and our bears and the clothes on our back. And that's all we carried out of there. We buried everything else. I mean, it was tough, but we did it. And the most memorable part of the hunt was carrying hides and realizing how enduring process. But was it worth it? Absolutely. I'd do it again.